Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a collective reading intended for the post conjunction between Venus, Jupiter, and Sirius that happened a couple of days ago on August 11th. So today is August the 13th, so a few days afterwards. And I want to say, just from my side here, having my own sun very, very highlighted from this conjunction in Cancer, I've been through a whirlwind and I feel like I'm still in it. And of course, with Jupiter, it brings a lot of lessons, a lot of expansion that requires, a lot of downtime to integrate. And I feel like I'm still in that. And yeah, I'm just taking each day as it comes. And so I really am so thankful for all of your support. For those of you who have read the community post that I posted yesterday, explaining a little bit why I wasn't posting so regularly, because my offline life has been a little bit of a whirlwind, as I said, a little bit of a chaos that I have been navigating, both in practical terms, but most of all in terms of my emotional waves, right? Yeah, I have a lot of water in my chart, so sometimes I can get drowned really in, a lot of emotions. And with all the changes that have been happening actually since my birthday, I feel like a lot more is still going to change, and I feel like I'm still kind of like in the thick of it, but breathing a little bit more deeply. So that's the reason why, after I've done everything that I needed to do and grounded myself and really took care of my own, my body and my mind and my heart, for the past few days, and setting these clear intentions for each day, taking each day as it comes, I have decided to just shuffle the cards. I was not intending to pull cards whatsoever. I was just trying to reconnect with the cards, because ever since my birthday, and maybe this is something that is relevant to be shared with you right now, because I have already posted the first soul transmission last week, and that's something that I was guided actually by my own spiritual team to start doing these soul transmissions, because in the way that they were explaining to me the difference from the readings to these soul transmissions is that the reading is, in a sense, a translation from this other archetypal etheric realm, right? So it is a translation into human language, human words, so that we can adapt and fit into our lives. But the soul transmissions, the intention behind them is not to be a translation. It's not to it's almost like to fish something out of the ethers and bring it down to earth. It is kind of like this direct transmission, right? As the word says, because it has to do with the frequency. But in order for that frequency to be emanated from my own body, first of all, for me to receive it, it's not even receiving the way that I'm perceiving right now. It's almost like this, overflowing of high vibration, right? Just like this never-ending fountain. This is something that requires this, it's like this body consciousness, the awareness of the human body as a piece of technology that is very, very, very advanced, and we don't even know how to use it. And so, yeah, I've been learning how to not only regulate my emotions, because I feel like I've been doing that my entire life, but like most of all, you know, very prominently for the past, I don't even know how many years, perhaps like 7 or 8 years. Yes, it's been intensifying for the past few years, and especially since my birthday. You know, the Mercury retrograde season that we had, so 3 weeks of Mercury retrograding in Leo, it was already a phase of integration of that massive full moon in Capricorn that happened, you know, on the same day of my birthday. But it feels like this Jupiter and Venus and Sirius conjunction on the 11th of August, which happened to be on the same day that Mercury went direct in Leo, it felt big and potent and almost convoluted in a way that I had a very hard time locating myself in space and time. And so I feel like the message that is here showing up for you, for us all in the collective, because as soon as I started shuffling the big combined deck of tarot cards and astrological oracle cards, I already received this message. So I feel like there is this phase of integration in the body. The human body needs to adjust to be like at this high level frequency to sustain this technology that we already are, that we already have, that we are the embodiment of that. It's just that we are kind of like this driver that is learning how to drive this high speed vehicle, right? But sometimes it's like we crash, or sometimes, and it's interesting because there is kind of like this crash in a sense here, but it's nothing to be concerned about. In fact, it feels more like a soft landing than an actual crash. So I feel like this whole thing, this giant introduction, I'm sorry, and I'm, you know, very, very grateful if you're still here. I do feel like these past few weeks and these next few weeks, especially because, you know, we're going to have very, very potent and significant 2 Virgo new moons, right? One of them, the last one, being a solar eclipse. So, and Virgo is connected to the body. So I do feel like, you know, the next few weeks, the next few months are holding this sacred space for us to embody and to understand the true piece of technology that we have in our cells, in our DNA, and how do we use that? How do we update that? How do we self-actualize in a way that is conscious of its potency, right? So let's jump into the message, because I do feel like this awareness that I'm talking about has to do with this very first card, which is the Star. So this is the Star consciousness. This is the awareness that we're not alone in this universe. But the way that I saw this card was this lending. So what I heard was the Star is lending. And actually, I'm being corrected. It's not that is lending. I feel like it has lended. But for some, as I said, it could have been kind of like this, more of this crash site experience, right? Almost like, you know, this very, it's like this very strong halt. It's like, it's like coming full stop, you know, when you are traveling, you know, many miles per hour, like in the cosmos, and suddenly you land in your body, right? With the King of Pentacles. So when I saw the King of Pentacles, the way that I was perceiving the Star was not like an actual object, even though it was the way that I perceived it first. It was more like entering the human consciousness in a way that those of us who are already mature enough in a spiritual sense, in a cosmic sense, right? It's like really expanding your awareness to the stars, to whatever, other planets, other beings, other star systems are out there communicating with us, and wanting to be this bridge, wanting to be, it's not even acknowledge, it's more like, how do I express that? It's kind of like this, it's kind of like this visitation, okay? It's almost like we are, it's like we are kind of like these home owners of the earth in a sense, right? So the earth is our home, and these are visitors from outer space who want to be invited in, but they can only come through our awareness. They can only enter our field from this human perspective if it is allowed, if it is permitted, by each and every one of us. And I feel like being this king, it's like we need to develop our body consciousness together with our star consciousness. That's the reason why I feel like for some of us, if we haven't done this body grounding part first, this landing could have felt like a crash, right? But I do feel like for the most part, even if it was a crash, I don't feel like it was like a very horrible one. It's like, it's almost like being in an accident, being in a crash, but it's like you come out of it unharmed. You know what I mean? It's like physically, mentally, emotionally, it's like you are unharmed because you have trained, you have prepared, it's like you have done the work of achieving this level of awareness. And that's the reason why your antenna, right? It's like these points here in the crown of the king. It's like it's almost like these are aspects of your awareness that are connected to different stars, different star systems that are almost like working as like these connectors. It's like this radio system. It's like each one is like connected or tuned into a frequency of a specific star, right? And I feel like it's significant that, it starts out with the ones who are more mature in the sense that they have developed, and maybe this is you, or maybe you're coming down the line as this other who is showing up here, but it's like these are the ones who have received kind of like this lightning bolt of awareness, right? This openness, this expansion, this massive expansion of, it's like this update to your human vessel, right? But to the point that you are aware of your body as much as you are aware of the cosmos, if that makes sense, right? It's not losing sight of any of those. It's like it's coming together. And I feel like from this point, with the Three of Pentacles coming next, this is where you get to start sharing with those closest to you. This is a very intimate group of people, maybe one or two that you truly trust, that you, because it's the Three of Pentacles, I do feel like that these are people that are doing the same type of work. So maybe you were, in a small circle and this happened to you, and now you are sharing whatever happened, with the others. Because I feel like there is this one other here among this group of three, perhaps, represented by the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like they didn't feel this arrival or this landing as a crash, because I feel like it's like they were in a step of this awareness, this process of developing their body and their mind and their spirit and their soul to the awareness of the cosmos that protected them from feeling the impact, which I feel like is different than this one. So there is a distinction, even though this one is receiving the highest potency. It's like the highest signal. It's like the direct lightning bolt, on top of its head, right? Entering, the antennas, right? Directly into your own consciousness. This one is there or close enough to have witnessed some of it, or at least to have some sort of proof or evidence that you're not lying, right? Or that it's like that you are very much in your own human personal integrity, right? That you are still a king in a sense, that you are still respectable, that you are still admirable. It's like that they look up to you, right? But still, it's like the moment that you start sharing, it's like they feel it too in a different way. It's like either they're more guarded or they are just, a few steps away from you. So they received kind of like the ripple effects of this crash, soft landing, star coming into our own awareness, right? And I feel like the reason why it is important that there is this exchange, because I feel like it's almost like this is what is creating the ripples. It's like it's word of mouth. That's what it is. It's word of mouth. There is no other way to put it. It's something that needs to go. It's interesting how it's like there are only pentacles, right? Now we have the Six of Pentacles, which is right underneath the King. So they are it's like they're the bridge. They are the ones who have been the channelers. They are the ones who have received this direct experience of this lightning bolt, right, on their heads. So they were activated in a more direct way than this Knight of Pentacles. But the Knight of Pentacles is going to carry forward this word of mouth. And it is supposed to be that way because the King of Pentacles is wanting to be the bridge builder, the one who acts as the bridge between the stars, the cosmos, the galaxies, the universe, and the earth through its own high technology of, this human vessel. But the Knight of Pentacles is acting as the one who's going to spread the word, is the one who is going to walk this bridge, having this conversation. So coming out of this conversation with this King of Pentacles, knowing that they have the mission in a sense, because, the knights, they receive missions from, the rulers, let's say from the king and the queen. So their mission is to spread the word in terms of what just happened and how this human collective, even if it starts very, very small, right? As I say, this feels word of mouth. It doesn't feel online whatsoever. It feels offline. It feels like talking to somebody on the phone, talking to somebody, in person, because it needs to be walked through the land. It's like the mission of this one, which, as I said, is like, you're going to know whether you're identifying yourself and resonating with the King of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles, right? So the mission of the King of Pentacles is to cross that bridge, having had that conversation, cross that bridge and go through highs and lows, because we have the Scorpio card, which is talking about peaks and valleys, right? It's talking about spreading this word in a way that is going to transform whomever hears about this. It's like they carry this piece of information that is incredibly potent in terms of like a personal transformation for them, either because, they felt this ripple effect start, at this origin. It's like, they witnessed perhaps like something happening firsthand, and now they are spreading the word. But the way that it happens to them is that it's almost like they go places they see, because I'm seeing these as like these peaks of, you know, mountains or hills, or it's like they have how do I say, it's like they have this bigger perspective. It's like they can see things from a higher perspective, even though they weren't exactly seeing it directly as this one saw, right? But they can see it from a perspective that is good enough, that gives them kind of like this full understanding, so that when they go down to the underworld, or when they go down to, you know, cross this bridge and, you know, interact with others, they know that however they touch others, it is going to be incredibly transformative for them as well. But it starts with themselves, with this one. It's like the huge transformation that happens for this one. Even just hearing about what happened to the King of Pentacles is massive, because it's like the first thing, it's like when they have, it's almost like they go to this Mount Olympus type of gathering, right? With the King of Pentacles. And then when they are having all these realizations, like when they are coming out of this bridge and back into their own world, it's like they have elevated their frequency, and now they are dropping back into a level that is allowing this one, if this is you, right? Allowing you or them to just sink into what was experienced. It's like literally integrating in a more solitude, sacred space. It's like this hermit is talking about needing some alone time, right? Because remember, the mission is to spread the word. But before this one can truly speak from a more lived experience, it's like they have to go through this integration phase, this alone downtime with the hermit, that enables them to be a source of transformation when they retell the story of what they have witnessed, right? And I feel like, to be honest, there are going to be, this is interesting, so there are going to be a few bumps on the road as soon as this one, this Knight of Pentacles, leaves this hermit mode. Because I feel like with the Libra card that is at the bottom of the deck, although it is followed by the Ace of Cups and the Vesta and Temperance. Okay, so, and Orion. Okay, so let's go one by one, taking each card as it comes. So the Libra was talking about the bump on the road. And I feel like this is almost like coming out of this isolation, this solitude, this phase of really just being with yourself, right? As the Knight of Pentacles. But also maybe this one, right? Because maybe it can go both ways. But specifically, I'm seeing that for the Knight of Pentacles. It's like as soon as the Knight of Pentacles is ready to transform other people's lives just by being who they are, because now they have embodied everything that they have witnessed going through with the King of Pentacles, it's like they have the awareness that in relating with others, because Libra rules relationships and partnerships, right? But one-on-one, the same kind that they experienced here in this small gathering with the King of Pentacles. So it was an intimate environment that gave space for this more one-on-one type of exchange, right? So this is the type of exchange that I feel like you, as the Knight of Pentacles, perhaps is going to prioritize as soon as you leave your own hermit mode, because it's like you know that you're going to reach another's heart because you are connected to your own, right? It's like you have nourished yourself, because Vesta talks about the hearth, right? It's like this internal, nourishing, warm environment where you feel safe. And remember, it's like if you are identifying yourself as the Knight of Pentacles, you are safe in terms of the crash landing from the star, right? It was a different impact for you. But either way, it's like you know that now you carry something within your heart because you have taken time to integrate that into your system. And when you're ready to exchange, it's like everything lined up, because we have Orion and we have the Tower. Oh, and we have Uranus. Oh my God. Okay, so Uranus and the Tower and Orion, this is talking about like how when you're ready to, you know, either have somebody come to you in your hermit mode, in your house, in your comfy, you know, just like your cozy home, or you're going to somebody, you know, to have a tea or, you know, a glass of wine or whatever. It's like you're sharing, you're starting to share, because now the stars are aligning, and now it's like everything that you have experienced indirectly from seeing or witnessing the King of Pentacles, it's like it's not going to be as destructive. However, yes, it is going to bring radical change to whomever you are relating, because they're going to be touched, you know, in their heart. So this is something that, yes, can be, it's like it can be life-changing to the ones that now are going to interact with you in a more heart-to-heart connection. And I feel like as soon as you have gone through this first interaction, which might be the most meaningful, it's like take some time for yourself again, right? To recalibrate with the Four of Swords. So I feel like things are lining up in a way that it's even more profound than you realize, whether you are resonating with the King of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. It's like either way, take some time to integrate whatever just happened, because both of you have different missions, right? The King of Pentacles is to be the bridge, and this Knight of Pentacles is to spread the word, right? So it is going to happen, be it, you know, holding this frequency and just allowing it to overflow from within your heart. And then when you're ready, when stars are aligned, it's like you're ready to connect with, you know, people in a very profound way, which, you know, it's going to cause like kind of like this revolution of love inside their heart, because that is the power that truly transforms, right? Everything here in this 3D, it's like it is through love, right? It is through relationships. It is through relating to one another. So take some time before and after, right? So that could be kind of like this slowing down guidance here from Libra. So with that said, I feel like, you know, this part of the reading is complete. And I am going to pull more cards to see if there's something else that wants to come next. Maybe diving into a little bit deeper of what is to come, you know, that already showed up at the bottom of the deck. But also, alongside the cards, I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. I'll leave the link down below for you to find that. Yes, I would love to see you there. And if not, I truly wish you a wonderful, you know, sacred moment of being here, integrating all of this, because it's happening to all of us, right? In different degrees, but it is happening to all of us. So I truly hope that this was helpful in a way. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.